On January 20th, Joe Biden is set to be sworn in as the 46th President of the United States of America. Let's take a look at what Inauguration Day entails. More than 2 centuries have passed since George Washington became the first President of the United States, taking the oath of office in New York City on April 30th, 1789. Since then, the overwhelming majority of inaugurations have been held in the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., starting with the third U.S. President, Thomas Jefferson. The first inauguration ceremony to be photographed was that of President James Buchanan in 1857, and the first to be televised was President Harry Truman's 1949 swearing-in ceremony. Inauguration Day has been held every January 20th following elections in November since the second term of Franklin D. Roosevelt's presidency. The 20th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution changed the date from March 4th to January 20th to reduce the lame duck period of the outgoing president. The new president takes the oath of office at noon and is sworn in by the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. This is the only part of the ceremony that is required.
I, William Jefferson Clinton, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States.
The vice president usually takes the oath of office right before the president, and only 3 presidents in U.S. history were not sworn in on the Bible. One of them, John Quincy Adams, chose to be sworn in on a book of law to separate church and state. The oath of office is followed by the inaugural address and has often produced memorable lines.
The only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
After the speech comes the inaugural parade. The president and vice president, along with the first and second ladies, generally walk for part of the distance, waving at cheering crowds. Though President George W. Bush's second inaugural parade was greeted by supporters and protesters after 9/11 and the wars in Afghanistan and Iraq, with one heckler even egging his limousine. Inauguration Day is also when the outgoing president moves out and the new president moves in. Both moves are completed on the same day. Presidents also try to visit Arlington National Cemetery on or around Inauguration Day to pay their respects to fallen heroes. And finally, among various festivities, the day ends with a glittering inaugural ball that dates back to the 4th U.S. President, James Madison. It's an invite-only event and is complete with food and entertainment. A special feature of the celebration has been when the new president dances with the First Lady. And the following morning, in keeping with tradition, the new president attends a prayer service with his family at the National Cathedral. Now that we know what Inauguration Day is normally like, here's a quick look at how Joe Biden's inauguration is different. On the eve of the big day, Biden held a memorial service for the victims of COVID-19. Concerns over the pandemic and the recent attack on the U.S. Capitol by Trump supporters on January 6th prompted organizers to adjust their plans. They placed thousands of flags where people would normally stand during the swearing-in ceremony on the National Mall, which is closed to visitors this year. And they set up chairs for attendees to be socially distanced. Arlington National Cemetery is also closed to the public, but Biden has plans to make a trip there, along with Vice President Kamala Harris and former Presidents Obama, Bush, and Clinton. Meanwhile, the traditional inaugural parade is being televised virtually. Washington, D.C. is prepared to have up to 26,000 National Guard members securing the area, with heightened security across all state capitals. Washington, D.C.'s mayor had issued a citywide emergency declaration after the Capitol Hill breach, which has now been extended through January 21st. As for the transition phase, outgoing presidents traditionally attend their successor's inauguration and are sent off by the new president. But Donald Trump had stated that he would not be attending, though Vice President Mike Pence indicated he would be at the swearing-in ceremony.